Hello, my name is Jane Riddett, and in this video we are looking at walking Scottish. Ready and...
Hello, I'm Olaf Olafsson, currently Chairman of the Teachers Association of Scotland, and we've come down today to Lochside Community Centre in Dumfries, and I have with me Jane Riddett, who takes a class known as Walking Scottish. Hello Jane.
Hello.
Could you tell us a bit about the background to this particular class that you teach here in the Lochside Community Centre?
The class originated through the local council and the NHS working together in partnership, really through the rehabilitation programme for people that had major life-changing illnesses and having to live with these. They then asked if we could attend their sessions where we would see what they would actually do and how perhaps we could involve dancing as a regular activity for people to social interact and have the confidence to go out into the community and join a group or a session regularly.
As an experienced teacher of Scottish country dancing at all levels, how did you find you had to approach the teaching of a group like this in terms of developing and adapting ideas to use with them?
Well, first of all, I was fortunate enough to be invited along to the sessions, the rehabilitation sessions, which gave a 6-week opportunity of different activities and also allowed us to meet the potential participators. From there, it allowed me to see how perhaps I could adapt the Scottish country dancing to enable all of these people to join in. Little things which may be a bit different from your usual. The expectation of someone coming into a country dance class is that they're fit enough to do the dances. But of course these people are building up fitness, and at the beginning 8 bars of music was more than enough for them to be dancing continuously. So I had to then think about their balance, the way they see their visual distortion, if they go through arches, and how the visual where they're dancing towards or walking, their fitness levels, and even for COPD patients, they would become very breathless very quickly. And although we didn't have to have medical knowledge, it was good to have an awareness of their situation. So, for example, if we had a lady, and perhaps we had this morning earlier, she had to step out the dance, mid-dance, and you have to be prepared to accommodate that. For that lady, if she has her inhaler with her, that's fine, or we ask her to smell the roses and blow out the candles, which is a breathing exercise which will be familiar to several people. During casting, if they're casting off, rather than them doing a quick round the corner, which often country dancers will do, they had to be very aware to dance up and round the corner to keep the balance in place. And the other thing was just to give them that thinking time of what was coming next. But they all work together really well. And so with these little adaptations, Scottish country dancing can be for all.
Yes, indeed. Clearly speaking to some of the class, they obviously enjoy themselves very much. And for some of them, it was obvious that they would like to go further and perhaps start doing some real Scottish country dancing in time,
Yes.
which is a lesson to us all, I suppose, that you can bring people into Scottish country dancing from almost straight out of the starting blocks with no experience and no great physical fitness at first, but that can be built up. And I was particularly interested to see the seated warm-up, which of course was doing so much that we do in normal warm-up as Scottish country dancers, but with the seated position enabling people who are not quite so flexible to be able to get warmed up and get that muscle to improve. So, well done indeed.
Thank you, thank you. The lovely thing about the seated warm-up is the chair is there to support them as well once they get up onto their feet. And we did practice a little balance work, and it's good for me as well to know that there's another support there for
Yes,
them.
of course.
So that was,
They have that security too,
Yes.
if something to do.
absolutely. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Jane. All we can say is keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And as you have just heard, Walking Scottish is an initiative driven by Dumfries and Galloway Council, Active Schools, Communities for Lifelong Learning, NHS Cardiac Rehabilitation Team in Dumfries and Galloway. Now we hear from Tina Lockhart from Dumfries and Galloway Council.
Tina, what's your role in the council? Could you tell us?
So my role is the team leader with health and wellbeing within the council, which basically means we're looking to get more people more active through all stages of life.
And could you tell me a bit about the momentum behind this particular initiative?
Yeah, so we've worked with Jane for quite some years now. When I used to work with our active schools team, we used to do lots of work within schools. And then when I moved role and I was working with people who had conditions or who were in recovery, I was asked to look at a programme of activity, and I called upon Jane and I said that I thought this might be quite a good idea to perhaps do some lower level Scottish country dancing. So Jane very kindly agreed, and she came to one of our cardiac rehab groups, and we did a variety of activity for 6 weeks, just to give the participants an idea of what they may be looking for once they finish rehab. Because that was quite an issue when they finished the 10 weeks, where do they go from there? Was it to a gym, which isn't always the most welcoming, it's not always for everybody, so we decided to create something. So it was almost like a bridging group. So the Scottish country dancing was one of those elements, and then we looked for our venue, and this is where we ended up at Lochside Community Centre.
And funding for the project, is there any special?
No special fund, it's just part of our normal project that we look for venues and activity deliverers, and then hopefully if there's an income, we can pay for the hall and the coach. So
Right.
that's how we managed to do it.
Great. Thank you for your time.
Very much.
Appreciate it.
The purpose of Walking Scottish is to encourage patients to take the next steps out into the community after discharge from their respective rehabilitation programme. And now, some words from Mary Smale.
Hi, I'm Mary Smale, cardiac rehab physio in NHS Dumfries and Galloway. We'd been aware for a while that there was a bit of a gap in the provision of non-gym based exercise in parts of our rural area for those that weren't able or keen to attend a gym or traditional exercise type group. We'd had some successful peer support groups running, but again, this wasn't everyone's cup of tea. So the project that became known as Bridging came from various conversations between us in healthcare and our partners in the local authority. Physios from cardiac, pulmonary and stroke rehab services, along with those working in falls prevention, were keen to promote some joint working with council colleagues to establish physical activity pathways beyond a person's rehab within healthcare. We were aware there was likely to be some learning needs around this, and as such created some bespoke training, which was then delivered to the exercise instructors and coaches who were keen to be involved. The initial bridging sessions were delivered to graduates of the respective rehabilitation services in the environment that they were familiar with by the exercise instructors and coaches with the NHS staff present. This provided the opportunity to have tasters of various fun and engaging physical activities in what was perceived to be a safe environment, a bit like a stepping stone out of health and into the community. It was lovely to see the patients enjoy the sessions and perhaps rekindle an affinity for an activity that they'd previously participated in. I think this was particularly true of the Walk Scottish session. It certainly took me back to the gym hall of secondary school in preparation for the annual Christmas dance. I think one of the unique qualities of this form of activity is that it promotes all the benefits of movement and physical activity and so much more, but isn't necessarily perceived as exercise. From a health and wellbeing perspective, Walk Scottish has so many benefits. It improves heart and lung function, balance, muscle strength and coordination. There's also huge benefits in terms of the social interaction and peer group support, which we know is so important for health and wellbeing. I'm delighted the group has gone from strength to strength and is once again able to meet, as I know how important this is to its members. In a small town like Dumfries, we often bump into people we've met during their rehabilitation programmes, and it's always great to hear from those that have found an activity or a group that they continue to attend regularly, as we know how important keeping physically and socially active is, particularly as we get older. I was particularly delighted to hear that the Walk Scottish group had successfully won a trophy in the local dance festival. This was from a lady who had never been keen on exercise as such, but she had found her niche within the Walk Scottish group and is feeling much the better of it.
In the next 3 slides, I will highlight the aims of Walking Scottish, the delivery plan, and the participants involved. And now the aims. To encourage continued regular exercise, encourage social interaction, rebuild confidence, make the move from comfort zone onto an external environment, be in control of their condition, and take responsibility for their health and well-being. The delivery plan was to organise weekly taster sessions of different activities over a period of 6 weeks. Try out activities within a safe environment. Promote external clubs to join. Learning opportunities for deliverers. Meeting and greeting. And finally, the participators. Patients having had a life-changing medical condition resulting from heart, stroke, falls and COPD and referred to the NHS Cardiac Rehabilitation Team in Dumfries and Galloway following discharge from hospital care. NHS health professionals. Dumfries and Galloway Council, active schools and community officers. Activity group leaders. In this clip, we see the group going through some of the warm-ups. Here, the group start the exercises from a chair using leg and arm movements, transitioning to standing using the chair for support in the balance exercises, and then progressing into a circle ready to learn the dance. The learning opportunities for patients are insight of new or revived activity, belief that an activity can be achieved, and for activity leaders, shadowing each of the respective rehab programmes to gain condition awareness, hints and tips for supporting the participants throughout the activity, for example, balance, breathing, like smell the roses, blow out the candles, strength and handling, visual distortion. Ask questions. Identify adaptations required to enable achievements. In the following video, I explain an acceptable variation on back-to-back, allowing continuous forward movement throughout.
And that's perfect what you did there, Liz, when you do your back-to-back, because I'll just show you what you did. Janet, you do back-to-back with me, please? You went forward, and then you turned around that way, and that is perfectly all right for you to do that, okay? And then nobody's going to follow.
The findings for country dancing are warm-up sessions from the chair, moving to supported standing. Use marching, smart walking steps to reel and jig time. Strathspey music used mainly for cool down. Slip step replaced with smart walking. Always forward moving. Awareness of visual distortion when dipping head or bending to go through arches. Casting off, to dance through the turn, i.e. up and around then down. Handling, watch out for strength of grip. Most formations are manageable, but select according to the group's abilities. Be mindful of dropping energy, stamina levels, and be prepared for sit-outs midway. Select 3 couple dances and build up to 2 and 4 couple dances. Here is an example of the formations for the dance Circassian circle being explained, walked through, and then danced to the music. Starting in a circle with hands joined with the person beside you, everybody advance to the centre and retire using marching steps, keeping the arms up. All the ladies on the right hand side will then advance to the centre and clap and retire to their starting position. Their partners will then advance to the centre and turn and face their partner. They will then do the back-to-back formation and turn with the right hand, placing the lady on the outside with the partner on the inside in promenade hold, right hand in right and left hand in left. Ready to walk forward for 16 steps. And then reform the circle to continue the dance or introduce a variation. Still keeping the hands joined, moving circle to the left and then back to the right. Again, the dancing ladies advance to the centre and clap and retire to their positions while their partners advance to the centre and turn and face them. Now we are going to take the tulloch hold by joining right arm in right. Cup the right hand and place your partner's elbow into the cup to support them, and you can join the other hand above or below to give you additional support. As you move round, walking round each other, make eye contact with your partner, and to keep you steady, put a little bit of lean away from each other to give you support. Take your time and walk gently. You will then face anti-clockwise with your hands in promenade position, that is right hand in right and left in left, crossed in front of your waist, ready to promenade forward for 16 walking steps, when you will then reform your circle and repeat the dance. The circle to the left and back at the beginning shows a variation in this dance. The benefits for the participants are as follows. Regular activity. Improve stamina, breathing, balance and all over general health. All inclusive. Good social interaction. Enjoyment. Confidence both in themselves and in the activity leader. Self-belief. In control of their conditions. Satisfaction of achieving. Safe environment, positive outcomes for project drivers. And now the group will finish with Good-Hearted Glasgow.
1, 2, 3, 4 and round the corner. Left hand, right hand up here. Left, right, change hands, change hands. Left, change hands. Circle.
The outcomes of the Walking Scottish project are as follows. Group set up in local community centre. Initially, 6 people joined and quickly increased to 24. Weekly sessions of 1 hour delivered, followed by soup and sandwich lunch and a chat. Invited participants from other activities to join for the Christmas Ceilidh. Invited children from local nursery for join-in sessions. Participated in local dance festival and received trophy for best social spirit and enjoyment. Next steps taken. And now a few snaps of the group's festival experience.
I am now with some members of Jane's class, and they've finished dancing, they've enjoyed a good lunch, and it's time to talk about what they enjoy doing. So, folks, you've been coming along for quite a few weeks to the class now, I understand. And could you tell me what it is you enjoy most about it?
The friendship. Everybody talks to each other for something.
So, the social life
Yes.
aspect, yes, where you're meeting friends and chatting as well as doing some movement.
Yeah.
I think for me it's the exercise. It's the
Yes.
actual movement and it's increased my stamina.
Right, yes.
You know, I was a cardiac rehab patient, so it has increased my stamina tremendously just coming along to this at my level.
Wonderful.
Being in the minority, not many meals about, I feel it's an honour to participate in a game or a sport that is not too energetic, but very pleasant, very pleasing.
That's so rare.
And we enjoy the laughter and we enjoy the fun even when we make mistakes. That to me is the true aspect of it.
Yes, I can certainly say we know what it's like in Scottish country dancing for men to be in the minority, so I know how you feel.
And for me, it's really been my balance, it's helped my balance greatly because I've had a stroke and it really is good for my balance and especially my memory of having the day. But usually for the memory, because you've got to remember the patterns and remember the steps, it's really good for the memory as well.
Yes, so all in all, the benefits from it, both physical and mental, and there's the social aspect as well. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, very true.
I take it you'll all want to be keeping going at this for some time to come. Good, great.
It's thanks to Jane who has prompted us into these activities. She drives us on in a gentle way, and we've even participated in some local dancing events. So, yeah, it's been a wonderful achievement for a group of people who had no ambitions when we first came. We just were here for the enjoyment of it. But through Jane, we've learned dancing. We've improved our steps and we've improved our well-being.
And I think it's a multifold thing really because you can come into this class and I know nobody, but you're never on your own.
Sure.
And the very fact that you have a partner, you know, you get a partner, so you never have to think I'm going to get left out at the side. But it improves communication skills, it improves balance, it improves memory, it improves exercise, your stamina. There's so many things that benefit from it just by coming to a country dancing class.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you all very much, and I hope you go on to enjoy your classes in the weeks to come.
I will.
Thank you.